Bungie just released a preview of some of the upcoming changes for some exotics in Season 22, stating that the reason they are making these changes is to quote-unquote bolster underused exotics. So let's take a look at these exotics in their current state and what exactly is changing with them. First, starting off with the Hunter class, we have a total of 4 exotics mentioned, starting off with Knucklehead Radar and Foe Tracer. Knucklehead is going to be remaining the same with its upgraded sensor pack, but it's also obtaining everything that Foe Tracer has right now. This means it'll have both the upgraded sensor pack, which gives you radar while aiming down sight, but also now has Relentless Tracker, allowing you to visually mark targets and then deal increased damage to those marked targets if they're below 30% health. So then what about Foe Tracer? Well, when you deal damage with an ability, you gain bonus damage with weapons matching that subclass type. And on top of that, when you defeat an enemy with said subclass ability or matching weapon type, you gain one of the several collectible objects with your subclass. For example, ionic traces, breaches, and fire sprites. Now, Lucky Raspberry is also changing, has the ability to intrinsically stun overload champions with the Arc Bolt Grenade. The exotic will also keep its enhanced chaining, but now instead of only getting grenade energy from the chains, you can also obtain it through Ionic Traces or through the lightning strikes from the Jolted condition. Lastly, on our Hunter list, we have Renewal Grasp. Now, this one is kind of a simple update. They're basically just reverting it back to its pre-nerf. So that means that the dust-filled grenade cooldowns are going back to its original form. Next, we have our lovable crayon-eating titans. We have 6 total exotics being changed, with 4 of them essentially being the same change, so we're going to move through those rather quickly. Icefall Mantle grants a stacking damage boost to Stasis when getting Stasis rapid kills, and then using the class ability gives you the highest tier. Doomfang Pauldrons give you a stacking damage boost to Void with Void rapid kills, and you obtain the highest tier through Void melee kills. Path of the Burning Steps, same thing with Solar, and then you get the highest tier through Solar Grenade kills. And then finally, Eternal Warrior. This change was already made at the beginning of Season 21, but what they've done is they've increased the timer for this damage stack from 10 seconds up to 30. Okay, so now for the feedback fence. This exotic had a complete rework and now works with the armor charge system, stacking up to 3 armor charges. Melee hits now give you an armor charge, and then when you take melee damage, you emit a burst of arc energy that jolts targets, consuming your armor charge, doing damage based on the number of stacks consumed. Finally, we have Hollow Fireheart. They have now replaced the base energy to solar abilities, and now this exotic will allow you to have more sunspots. They haven't really stated yet how you'll be getting more sunspots, so be on the lookout for that one. You'll still have increased ability regen while your super is active, though. And finally, onto our Warlocks. We have 4 exotics that are being updated here. Astra Sight Verse, blinking near enemies will now cause them to become volatile, and using Nova Warp's Blink will no longer consume any super energy while wearing this exotic. Geomag Stabilizers will now grant additional super energy when picking up an Ionic Trace. Wings of Sacred Dawn, the solar weapons will now automatically reload from reserves while aiming down sights. And finally, Winter's Guile. Enemies frozen from Penumbral Blast will automatically shatter over a short delay. So there you have it, all announced exotic changes coming to Season 22. Personally, I'm very excited for the build potential we have with Astrocyte Verse or Wings of the Sacred Dawn, or what type of damage output are we going to see from the feedback fence. But what do y'all think? Are we liking these exotic changes? Should they have done more? Let me know down below, and that's going to do it for me here. As always, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.